Guys, I'm trying something really spicy. So, here I recorded a game with my buddies Thundertoes and D. Lakshmi, and I am going top lane. That's right, our defender main is participating in a team that has no defenders. So who am I playing, you may ask? Well, it's definitely not Garchomp, it's not Sylveon, it's for sure not Mewtwo, and it's not Inteleon. Those are your hints. That's right, I'm playing Alolan Ninetales, but not just any Alolan Ninetales. Oh no, this is not your typical Ice Fox. I am playing an Exp.Share support Ninetales as a top laner. This Ninetales does not use the Blizzard Avalanche combo, but instead opts for Dazzling, Gleam, Aurora Veil. And the reason is because I feel that this set is better at supporting. Dazzling Gleam has a little bit of a micro stun, but that's not really the main draw. It's this Aurora Veil. Despite having a really slow cooldown, I love the fact that it just puts a giant circle on the ground and all of your allies take 30% reduced damage inside it. So that's where I thought, yeah, maybe this build has some legs. And I'm not gonna lie, at this point in time, I really haven't tried it enough in Master Rank to know for sure if this build is real or not. This was a standard game. Our friend D, she's not as high of a rank as we are currently. Oh, by the way, this is my alternate account, which is why I'm only in Great at this point. But anyway, this match was really, really cool. And it showcases some of what this Alolan Ninetales' strengths are, but also some of what Alolan Ninetales' weaknesses are. Of course, we're talking about my specific Alolan Ninetales build, which I have come to love. You guys know I can't let go of my Exp.Share. Outside of the moveset, this build uses the Exp.Share, the Buddy Barrier, and the Focus Band as of now. You can definitely make this build more damage-oriented. Aurora Veil has the added bonus of boosting your auto attacks when you're in the circle. So things like the Rapid Fire Scarf and the Muscle Band could be really aggressive picks. Here we are laning against Goodra and Pikachu. And I believe we lose that middle farm. We were trying to beat them up here, but it's just Eevee's a little bit too weak to be fighting a Pikachu in the early game. And unfortunately, we get caught in a bad situation. I can't easily 1v2 these guys. Goodra, even as its first stage, is very, very tanky. So here I thought we could get him, right? But I miscalculate and die. Luckily, our jungler, Thundertoes, comes up. If I remember correctly, this does not end super well. Here, I come back. But over here... Oh, no. We got the Goodra. Alright, good job, Thundertoes. But now he dives a little deep, gets caught out by the Pikachu's Thunder, and killed by the Ghastly. And so I'm finally here to support Dion Sylveon. Alright, we managed to disengage. So here, if you guys are used to the attacker damage, Blizzard Avalanche combo A9, this is really, really late to be evolving into Ninetales. And that is the downside of the Exp.Share, is that I don't know if Sylveon's actually the best example of a good lane partner here, just because we want at least one person to be really, really strong in the early game. And at this point, it might be okay, especially if we're against special attackers. But really early on, there are some matches where you can just get caught and locked out of your evolutions, because it just takes so long to get to that Ninetales when you have the Exp.Share. Now, is it worth it? Like I said, I haven't fully discovered that yet, but my damage is really low. I was unable to save the Sylveon there. Things aren't looking too good. I think this is really a build where I have to pull off and maybe take down a piece of farm by myself here in order to get the Ninetales. This should do it. Yep, there it is. So now we have Dazzling Gleam. Now I see Thundertoes is ganking down there at the bottom. D goes into the bush to poke. Really good retreat tactic. Just not want to get caught out on the wrong side. Now here I definitely make a mistake. I can see clearly in the bush from the recorded perspective that Pikachu was on the farm, but here I was kind of waiting for them to emerge, where I could have pushed a little bit higher in the bush and possibly been able to take that rabbit. Anyway, we do have a Mewtwo on this team, which I guess gives us quite the advantage. And Inteleon, this is a powerful bottom lane combo. So Thundertoes is over there ensuring that they can win that lane, We're over here taking the birds, a bit uncontested. Was that a blizzard? You know, now that I think of it, there was a game where I accidentally took Blizzard instead of my Aurora Veil. And this might be that game. But rest assured, this is still my Exp.Share support Ninetales. Oh no, there's the Aurora Veil. Alright, excellent. So you can see that little circle. Anyone who stands inside that little circle gets the 30% less damage taken buff. So it's really, really nice for supporting the team, especially since, even though I'm such a fragile Pokemon, the Aurora Veil it lasts its entire timer, even if I die. So here, I jump to the center, I use my Aurora Veil. One of the problems you're going to run into if you try and use this build, especially in solo queue, is a lot of people just aren't going to know what Aurora Veil does, and aren't going to know that they really want to be fighting from inside it. Another little bit of a skill cap that is on this build is knowing where to place the Aurora Veils. First of all, you dash and then place the Aurora Veil. It doesn't come out right below you, which you get used to it after the first few times. But just knowing where to place it, I so often place it where my allies are going to be and fail to predict where they're going to be a few seconds after I place it. And so I end up not helping a lot of people. I'm guessing that this is going to be something that fixes itself over time, if it happens that I'm going to use this build in the long run. That was a really good Unite to disengage there from the Sylveon. It's a perfectly fine time to use the Unite move. She didn't want to die. We stopped pushing, but we have a lot of people distracted by the Regieleki over there. I should have probably been going to the bottom lane here, seeing that the bottom objective is about to come up. But I didn't want... I knew that there were 3 of them top, so on the other hand, it was good to not have him get free scores on our top lane, especially knowing that Garchomp is pretty self-sufficient when it comes to ripping. Now here, unfortunately, the Goodra just stands in the way of me and the Sylveon, and the Pikachu is able to add enough damage to the point where they can kill D here, and probably kill me now that I'm alone. Yeah, there's just too many of them to overcome, and we evolve the Gengar, unfortunately. But we are winning pretty hard at the bottom lane, so as soon as this objective pops up, Garchomp starts ripping it, and Mewtwo and the Inteleon are there to engage anyone who shows up. The Gengar was just waiting in the grass for something to happen. I wonder if they're going to catch us back up there. Garchomp secures here. We're looking good down there. Sylveon realizes that's not the place I want to be. There's too many opponents there. Where am I in all of this? Oh, I went bottom lane to help with that objective, but I showed up a little bit too late. So now I start heading up, see if I can catch some of these birds. I didn't see that there were 2 people on here, but it's okay because Thundertoes is backing me up. At least I thought it was okay, but Alolan Ninetales is very, very fragile. I am a defender main, definitely not a supporter main. I am not used to having to watch my HP with such little damage being threatened my way. But anyway, I come back up. D and I are heading toward the top to take that objective. Unfortunately, they rip our Inteleon at the bottom as the Mewtwo is trying to take some of our jungle. But it shouldn't be the biggest deal in the world if we secure this Regieleki. It's a lot of pressure. Here I jump, giving our team an Aurora Veil, a little bit of a buffer. Gotta make sure that no one tries to steal this, which I don't know if we do a great job of, being as they stole it. So here, actually, what I was thinking is, I was really hoping that Thundertoes would continue ripping here, even when the Pikachu showed itself right there. But he peels off after throwing a Thunder at the objective, which is... basically, he doesn't have to do anything anymore. The damage is already coming on the Regieleki. And I was continuing to attack him, thinking that Garchomp would also continue to attack him. Had I known he was just going to turn toward the Pikachu, I probably should have stopped attacking the Regieleki, because that Thunder is what's going to finish him off. So that didn't really end too well. Well, D's able to disengage from the Goodra. The Mewtwo comes back for it, and she survives. The Regieleki is easily stopped. They didn't have any pressure to back it up. So now we're actually going to push without the Regieleki. Ooh, it's some big damage right there. But, ooh, Pikachu united there to kill the Sylveon. And this is where I show up, throw down an Aurora Veil. And we're able to get these guys. Are we able to score? Yeah, Thundertoes nails a big score of 50 right here. And we're looking pretty good. Inteleon shows up a little bit too late. I'm already back here, and I don't notice the Gengar, who likely wants to assassinate me. Oh, and I'm caught between the Gengar and the Cinderace. Actually, that they pretty easily get me here. Oh, the Gengar united. Interesting. Dee's being clever here and picking up the last bit of farm before the objective spawns, so she can be level 13. That's a pretty high level for Sylveon. That's not too bad. She misses the fact that the Cinderace came here to score, but he stays a little bit too long and gets caught out by 3 of us. So now we can start heading toward the center. They don't have Cinderace. Garchomp's down there at the bottom fighting them. So this was kind of a problem. He got caught out in between 3 of them, and we lost our best secure for Rayquaza. So it's really interesting to try and come up with a plan here. We still have our Mewtwo. He's not a crazy leveler or anything like that. I think we're all pretty even besides that Garchomp. And unfortunately, his death probably fed a lot of these players right here who are now coming to engage us. So Mewtwo is pretty close to the bottom here. He's retreating. The 3 ranged characters are over here. We're kind of just biding our time, waiting for Thundertoes to come back, seeing if they want to engage the Rayquaza, but no, they spot us first. So here I set down an Aurora Veil. I believe both of us unite here. I'm seeing the Fairy Frolic from the Sylveon and whatever Ninetales Unite move is called. If I make another Ninetales video, I'm going to come better equipped with this information about what everything does. But both of them are used here. I'm under my Aurora Veil. It's harder to kill Ninetales in that Aurora Veil, but it expires. I do die, but now it's a 3 against 2 in the opponent's favor. D weaves around them here. The Goodra's going to be really tough to kill. That Goodra's having excellent positioning, putting itself between its opponents and its ranged DPS. We are able to rip the Goodra, and now D comes back, now with more HP than before, able to Draining Kiss to heal, and now is a good time to start ripping the Rayquaza. They only have 1 person alive, and it's a Buzzwole. Buzzwole's steal potential, his secure, is actually awful, because both of his moves are grappling related. You can't smack down an objective, and you also can't superpower an objective, and for what it's worth, you can't leech life an objective either, I believe. No, you probably shouldn't be running leech life in Buzzwole. But it's not terrible. It's just not superpower. Anyway, here he comes, but there's no way he's going to out-secure a Garchomp, a Mewtwo, now a Ninetales, and a Sylveon. If he were a different character, perhaps, but not this time. So, the Rayquaza is secured. We maneuvered that fight very, very well, and we get the surrender. It was an awesome game. Kudos to Dion Sylveon for being great at staying alive there and coming back at an opportune moment. Of course, we did get lucky having the Mewtwo Y. I'm really hoping at this time that he receives an actual meaningful nerf in the future, but until then, it's something we all have to deal with. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm hoping that as I get more practice with this build, I might be able to come back and show off some more games, or it might just, not happen, and it might just be something that works more in every once in a while, but definitely not consistently. Well, we'll see. Thanks again, and catch you next time.